Hey everyone, I hope you've been okay. So, where am I? What's it like being me, trapped in a marriage in which you're not actually married, you're just a single woman? I mean, seriously, look at it this way. I am a baby mama, just like he told me when we met, because I say now is because that's what he's seen in his own family. But he told me that he always thought when he was growing up, I don't know if this was when he was a teenager or younger, I don't know. All I know is that when I was 9, I thought I'd be a wife and a mother. That's all I knew. But he said he believed or thought that when you're an adult, you have a baby mama, she takes care of your children, and you're a good man because you give her money. That is exactly what is happening today. I have a friend who told me, stop being a mother, stop being a wife, stop, as our helper said, if it wasn't for you, the whole house would just fall apart. How can he not see that and value it? People, I've got 6 children, all with different needs, all who need mommy. And seriously, as my education psychologist said, just stop. She also said it, just stop teaching. He doesn't care that teaching is killing you, then why kill yourself? Just stop. Maybe if you stop, then he'll care enough to do something about it and put the children in school. He does not care about anything. When you're a baby mama with a distant baby daddy like him, it's all on you. You're a single mother, and it's all on you. Childcare, all on you. He's just some distant man. From the beginning, he never ever had a concept of family at all. I wonder what would have happened because remember the conversation we had? I'd said to him, I will not marry you. I'll not marry any man who doesn't want to have children. And then he said, fine, we will have a child. I wonder what would have happened if he had just said, okay, you're right, let's break it off. Would I have met someone worse? I mean, sadly, there's always room for worse. Would I have met someone better? I don't know. I cannot say. I can't even say that if I had not taken this route, the other route would have been better because you don't know the future. You cannot predict a single thing. All I know is I would still be me and I would still have ankylosing spondylitis, and so no matter what kind of man I married, 99% the odds are against me. I would have still found another whack husband, even if it had not been this whack husband. Maybe the difference would have been his family would have been godly and loving and Christian and God-fearing and admiring of anyone who lives by principle. Who knows? Not me. So what am I saying? What am I doing right now? How is it? I know you've been waiting with bated breath, to answer those questions that my supporters are asking about how I'm doing. Yeah, they still don't exist. Still have no supporters. I ended up not getting rid, but I ended another friendship. If you're not going to sit with me in my time of deep pain and trial, and you haven't sat with me anyway in other times of trial, which continue today, I don't want you. I don't want you in my space. I don't have the capacity for trivial, frivolous conversation. I am hanging on. Like, I don't even have fingernails. I can't even say I'm hanging on by the edge of my fingernails. I'm on a cliff, and if you hand me your weight of ignorance or your burden of not caring, you will pull me down, and then who will be there when you've made me crash down and I'm dead on the ground and my children are at the top of the mountain? That's what I mean. I don't have the capacity for you to give me your burden of disinterest because it hurts. And I've got enough in my own life that is already very hurtful, painful, heart-wrenchingly bad without you adding to it with your lack of thought, lack of concern, lack of care, lack of interest. So there's this person who's always been there, we've been to each other, but over the years, we've looked at the conversations and it's always about that person's concerns. They never ever ask, how was your day today? How did the appointment go with Micaiah? How is it, what's it like teaching them? Like, they don't even know what grade my children are in, but I know everything about her child's problems. I know everything. Not because she tells me only, but because I also ask follow up questions because I cared. So I will ask, how are the extra classes going? That's what a true friend does, guys. But so I'm getting rid of the untrue friends. The friends were just there to, I don't know what they're there for, but it's not to be friendly. So, yes, that kind of person is not a person you even bother telling about your life, where you are, about your marriage, because they don't care. If they don't care about your life as a parent and they're a parent, they're not going to care about your life as a wife, even though they're a wife. And so that's what I've seen in my church. There's still that same lack of concern, care. So I'm calling out to you. If you have ever been in my presence, if you've just come to me, if God forbid you ever find out that your husband is being unfaithful, because of course you might not ever find out, or you might. If you do, I'm here to listen. I will not tell you anything about what to do. I'm here to listen and help you to vent, to share the burden, to cry. I'm here. And I mean that. Years ago, when I thought that there was still hope and my husband would learn to love me and be loving, there was a couple. I thought they were older than us. I'm sure they were older than us. They were successful, rich, only had one child, so that, extra money as compared to we had two at the time. So I thought everything was wonderful. And then it's people they were so like higher status. I just felt like a child, compared to them. And you know how children don't go around seeking out adults. Generally, they don't go around talking to adults and getting their deepest dreams and goals and all of that. Yeah. So that's how I felt. But something that the wife in that couple had seen something in me. I love to care about people. So she had seen something in me, and I only knew because I'd been away. And when I got back, I'd heard that she'd been looking for me. She needed to talk to me. And the next thing, they were getting a divorce. I wish I knew why she needed to see me. I wish I don't even know her name. I never knew her name. They would just come to church and then go away. They never stayed for afternoon programs. They weren't there on Saturday nights. They were just in and out. And so I never got to know the name. I know they were not South African. That's all I know. I wish I could have been there for her in her time of pain and need, because the fact that she called and wanted me, it means a lot, especially given I had hardly lived life. I hadn't even been married even 10 years at that time. So I'm serious, guys. Reach out, reach out, reach out. We need each other. We need to support each other. If I did not have the support I have outside of my church, I don't know where I'd be today. So anyway, where am I today? Voluntarily celibate. I always told myself from the time I had a relative, a very sweet, tender, gentle, calm, quiet, peaceful, peace-loving, pure, humble relative. So different to the others in that side of the family. And she got sick and sicker, thinner, and she would just be crying, and I didn't know why. She was older than me, and she'd be crying and weeping sometimes. Her mother would also be weeping and crying, and she got sicker and sicker, thinner. Her hair was falling out. The marks started, dark marks started appearing. She'd always had acne, but this was different. I think you can understand where this was going. Unbeknownst to her, her fool of a husband had been unfaithful. He obviously hadn't told her, and he'd given her a disease. He didn't even know he'd had it, or maybe he knew, but she surely, definitely didn't know. She got it, and she died from it before even he did. She'd done things the right way. Waited to get married, then, conceived and had a child. She was true to her vows, but he wasn't. I've had other relatives who also had the same disease, virus, but they had knowingly put themselves at risk. This was, yeah, it was just so different because she had been so innocent, because she had lived up to all the morals that our family had pretended to uphold and believe in. But still, the devil came through her husband and took her first, even before he went, and left their son an orphan. And I said to myself, the day I ever suspect that a husband is being unfaithful, that's it. Never again. I do not want anyone who loves me to see me wither away. I was still so young. I can still see her in my mind's eye today, sitting at her family table, wasting away. She had been plump. She was skin and bone, crying, weak. I do not want that to be the memory my children have. Not, I mean, who knows what AS will do, what Sjogren's will do, but not this. Not something I can prevent. I can't prevent autoimmune diseases, but I can prevent this. So I am voluntarily celibate. And I mean that as in, I'm exercising. I'm lying on my back. I'm lifting my weights. I'm doing, what's it called? Flies, chest presses. I'm lifting, and then on the floor. And then someone comes behind me and boom, puts their hands on my bust. Really? Firstly, before the whole voluntarily celibate thing, sorry, I hope this is not making too much noise. When you build a life with another woman, you are married to that woman. If you're sharing your dreams with another woman, dreams that you'll be sharing with your wife, you're married to her. If you're telling her, and not your wife, about your fancy plans to go away on a holiday to a foreign country, where they don't even speak English, okay, I don't know why I mentioned that, you're married to that woman. I am not a second wife. I will never be anyone's second wife. I don't do istembu. I've got a relative who does. That's not me. I will always be a one spouse person till the day I die. And I hope I will never die from HIV/AIDS. So there they come, hands on my breast. And I'm thinking, I told you, there is no marriage. I do not have sex outside of marriage. I'm not married. I'm a single mom. I'm not going to do it. No matter who you are, no matter what claims you used to have on my body, no matter how often I did give my body before, even when I didn't want to, because all women, everyone has a time when they don't want to, but they do it because of love, because God says so, because of peace, and because they know it shows the other that they are loved. That's why they do it. That's why we do it. She has shown him clearly since however many years now that he is loved by her. So anytime he goes up there to go to that province, like he'll be going in the next 2 weeks or so, he can go and get all his love from her. My body belongs to God and my children. I will die serving them. Okay, next one. I am my own boss. And therefore, my other role as being a single mother is to take care of my children's education. My doctor told me I should not be working, as you know. My ex-husband, former husband, told me he doesn't give a toot what the doctor says. I must break my back, kill myself, dying to raise and teach and be therapeutic to his children. Well, now he's out of the picture. He's making decisions for that woman and her children. Let them make their own decisions together. He said, Government schools are low class, not good enough. Well, dude, you're not paying for private school. In government school, it will be. I went to a government school. Rustenburg Girls was a lovely government school. Model C. I think I turned out okay. Don't you think so? I think I'm quite okay, right? My children will be quite okay, especially given it is a special needs, almost Sabbath school, government school. I am standing up for myself. I'm caring for my health because no other person in my household is doing so. So, my one other act of rebellion that I'm proud, I'm able to speak about publicly is that I am taking care of my own health. I have signed my children up for public school education. But as you know, this is a desire for special schools. The government doesn't have enough special schools, and so this is sadly going to be a very long wait. I hated those cheap grace people who don't know what Christianity is. No, just pray about it. You won't be like the other mother who's been waiting 4 years. Who said I am more important than her? That's what some relatives said. I know they don't know God, but anyway, I must just pray. And somehow God will see that I'm more important than that poor other mother who's also got, I think she's only got one autistic child who's been waiting for a placement for 4 years now and counting. And I'm going to miraculously go over the queue or to the front of the queue, and all my children will suddenly, miraculously, get spots right now, just because, I don't know, God is suddenly a fairy godmother or a magician or a wizard or whatever. That's not how my God works. Heaven is where everything will happen the way we want it to. But for now, that's all I can say. I've exercised my right as a single mother to make sure that my health and my children's education will both be met. The needs for them both will be met. For now, it's just me and my body, and we're just waiting. So yes, right now I'm in a big season of waiting. That's where I am. I will never. Okay, I can never say never. Do I believe that there's a chance? I know there's a chance that there are good men. I haven't seen any. I haven't met any. I have no hope. I don't know where they are. Maybe the one good man who's the right age for me and would love to be stepdaddy to four special needs children. My other two don't count because they're over 18. Maybe he's there, but maybe he's in Russia or he's in China, so I will not meet him in this lifetime. I don't know. But do I believe in love? Of course I do. If I can be loving and faithful, if I can hide how decrepit, how evil you are for decades, because I have hope that you will change and love God as much as I do. There's a man who wishes the same, who has also been waiting for their spouse to love God, giving, and so giving that people didn't even realize how unloved he has been. Maybe he's also gone through a divorce. Maybe he's a widower who loved till the day she died and breathed her last. Like my dad. I don't know. For me, I'm scared of men. I'm scared of men. And the older they are, the more adept they are at lying and presenting a good front. But then on the other side, the older they are, the less likely they will be to have a mother. So maybe when I'm 60 years old, I'll find a guy and we'll fall deeply in love, and he'll push me in my wheelchair if the Rinvoq does not continue working, because these meds do stop working. But in the meantime, folk, that's where I am. Rebel with a cause. Keep myself alive, keep myself healthy, make sure my children have some kind of education, and keep smiling, and keep thankful for my friends who love me and see me and care about me. Have a good week.